Welcome to another episode of the Echoes of Eir.
We're diving into a classic Irish myth this time. Oisin and Niamh in the Land of Youth.
Oh, this one's a good one.
Right, it's one of those stories that just sticks with you, you know? Love, longing, magic, it's all there.
Yeah, it really gets you thinking about time, too, how it passes, what it does to us, all that.
Okay, so to set the scene, we start with Oisin.
And he's the son of Sin McCool, the leader of the Fianna.
Okay, the Fianna, those were like...
Legendary warriors, honor, protecting the land, the whole deal.
Okay, yeah, like King Arthur's knights, but cooler, basically.
Exactly. So picture this. The Fianna, they're out hunting by Lake Lena, misty summer morning, very Irish, very mystical.
Okay, I'm there, I'm feeling it.
And then Niamh enters. Her entrance is anything but tea ordinary. Like, imagine this stunning maiden on a white horse, all decked out in gold silks.
Oh, wow, I'm seeing it.
She's like a vision, right? Straight out of another world.
I mean, I'd be smitten too. But she's not just some random lady, is she? There's more to it.
Oh, way more. She's from Tir na Nog. What's Tir na Nog? And it's the land of youth. No time, no sadness, no decay, like a paradise.
Whoa, okay.
And get this, she's come to the mortal world for one reason. Love, head over heels for Oisin.
Okay, that's serious, but talk about forbidden romance, right? Mortal dude, otherworldly goddess.
Right, it makes you think about what you'd sacrifice for love, Can you really mess with destiny like that without consequences? It's a big question the story asks.
Totally. So they take off on this wild journey to Tir na Nog, vanishing into the hills in a blaze of light, riding through silver mist. It's almost psychedelic.
Isn't it, that whole feeling of being pulled away from everything familiar into the unknown?
Yeah. And they have these crazy visions along the way, towers, strange gates, shadowy figures. They even meet a maiden with a golden apple and a knight in actual shining armor. A little foreshadowing, maybe.
Definitely foreshadowing. And Niamh, being all mysterious and otherworldly, basically tells Oisin to just wait till they get to Tir na Nog before he starts asking questions.
Clever way to keep us hooked.
Right. And then finally they reach Tir na Nog, and it's exactly what you'd picture, White and red marble towers, just pure beauty and joy everywhere. No death, no sadness, everyone's ageless.
It's pretty tempting.
And the king, he welcomes Oisin, calls him a warrior bard, even. It's like he's being handed the greatest gift escape from all the harsh stuff of the human world.
But there's got to be a catch, right? You can't just run away from who you are, where you come from. Makes you think, could you ever really escape your past?
That's exactly the question. You know how they say you can take the man out of place, but you can't take the place out of the man, right? Even in paradise, can you truly leave behind your identity? That's where things get really interesting. So there's Oisin living the dream life, right? Married to Niamh, kids, all that. But you can tell there's something underneath.
Yeah, you can feel it, that tension, like something's about to happen.
Yeah, right. And eventually, he starts to miss home, even though, compared to Tir na Nog, it's a world of pain and loss. It's like, what's stronger? The pull of the familiar or the promise of forever happiness?
That's a tough one. I mean, we all feel that sometimes, right? Wanting what you can't have, even if what you've got is pretty great.
Exactly. And the story, it's not saying one is right or wrong. It's showing us how those forces pull at Oisin, Very human stuff.
Totally. So he can't shake this feeling, and he asks Niamh if he can go back to Erin, see his family, tell everyone about this amazing place he's been.
And you can imagine Niamh's reaction.
I bet she wasn't thrilled.
Not exactly. She gives him this warning, and it's not just a be careful kind of thing. It's more like, this could seriously mess you up. Going back could make him age super fast, trap him in the mortal world forever.
Heavy stuff, like those fairy tales where you cross back from a magical land and there's a huge price to pay.
Right. It shows how delicate the balance is between Oisin's two worlds.
So even with the warning, she lets him go, but only if he rides her enchanted white horse and never touches the ground. Talk about high stakes.
Definitely. It shows you how powerful Niamh is, the magic she's got. But for the listener, it makes you ask yourself, how much would you risk for something you really want?
Good question. Okay, so Oisin heads back, and naturally, things don't go perfectly.
Of course not. What fun would that be?
Right. He sees these guys trying to move this huge stone, and being the hero he is, he tries to help. But as soon as he reaches down, boom, he's an old man. Just like that.
Yeah, the horse vanishes, the magic's gone. He's back in a world that's moved on without him, totally changed.
And get this, it's been 300 years. He's basically a walking relic.
Can you imagine that feeling? Lost in time, everything you knew gone. It's more than just aging, it's like total isolation.
Makes you think about how much we need connection, right? No matter how long you live, the people who matter.
Exactly. So Wazin, he wanders around Ireland, just a shadow of his former self. But then he has this really interesting encounter. He meets St. Patrick.
Whoa, that's a big deal.
Right. And they talk about the Fianna, Wazin's adventures, all that. He's like a living link to this lost world.
Makes you wonder what gets forgotten as time goes on, But we choose to remember.
Definitely. And here's the thing. Oisin, he never converts to Christianity, even after meeting St. Patrick himself.
Really? That's kind of surprising.
Right. Some people might see it as stubbornness, but I think it's more about staying true to your own experience, even when everyone's telling you to change.
That's a powerful message. Like, I lived through this, I saw what I saw, and no one can take that away from me.
Exactly. And while it might seem sad that he dies without going back to Niam or Tir na Nog, I think it's more about accepting life on your own terms, even with the heartbreak.
So we followed Wazin's whole journey, all his choices, the impact of time. But what's the big takeaway here? What's this myth really about?
Well, that's the thing about myths, isn't it? They work on so many levels.
Right, like on the surface, it's an adventure, a love story, all that.
Exactly. But underneath, there's this deeper stuff about what it means to be human,
Okay, so what are we talking about here? Give me something to think about.
Well, look at Waisin's choice. He could have eternal use, happiness, the whole package. But it means leaving everything behind. It's like that classic deal with the devil, but with a mythical twist.
Right, and you really feel that temptation, right?
Yeah.
Wanting something more beyond the limits of our world. But then the story flips it around and shows you that even paradise can get old if you lose your connection to who you are.
Yeah. It's not just about place, it's about belonging, purpose. Oisin had centuries of ease, but those intense human moments in Erin, that's what really shaped him.
It makes you realize that maybe a long life isn't the point, It's about the depth of your experiences, the connections you make. What will people remember about you? What's shaping your story?
Now you're getting it. And think about Oisin meeting St. Patrick at the end. The story could have easily just had him convert, right? Tie everything up in a neat little bow.
But it doesn't...
Right, and that's what's so powerful. He stays true to himself, to what he experienced, even if it's from a world that's gone. It's almost like an act of defiance.
Like, my life might not fit your mold, but it was mine and it mattered. Something like that.
Exactly. It's about believing in your own truth, even if you feel like an outsider. But there's something we haven't talked much about the magic in the story.
Oh yeah, the enchanted horse, the silver mist, Tir na Nog itself. What's all that about?
Well, on one level, it's just fun, right? Escapism sparks the imagination, but it also lets the story deal with big, scary stuff, death, time passing, all that, in a way that's less direct, more symbolic.
So it's like a sugar-coated pill, basically.
Yeah, kind of. It helps us explore those universal fears without getting too bogged down in the literal stuff.
And it makes Oisin's transformation even more interesting, right?
Right.
Going to Tir na Nog is like this metaphor for self-discovery.
Totally. It's not just a physical journey, it's internal, spiritual. And what about Niaman? She's more than just a love interest,
Oh, for sure. She's that yearning for something more, for love, adventure, all that good stuff.
Right. But she's also a warning sign. She shows you what can happen when you chase your desires without thinking about the consequences.
She's like the temptress Andi, the voice of reason, all in one.
Exactly. She opens up this whole other world for Oisin, but she also reminds him that he can't escape who he is, where he belongs.
So ultimately, what's the story telling us?
Well, it's saying that even in myths, there are no easy answers. Life is method. It's got joy and sorrow, love and loss, all mixed up together. We can't escape time, but we can choose how we live within it, how we make our stories meaningful.
It's like even as the world changes, the things we hold on to, the experiences we have, they give us a kind of immortality.
Beautifully said. And it encourages us to find the beauty in all of it, even the impermanent parts, to keep searching for those experiences that make us feel alive, even if they come with a little sadness.
This has been awesome. I know I'll be thinking about this story for a while.
As you should. These old tales, they always have something new to teach us.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep those stories alive.